I am him.
Cut it out! It ain't funny!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel.
We do have a video of him with his nips out.
Yeah, my picks have been shit this year.
Changing it. He's taking it off.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into this edition of From the 50. We are live from the St. Louis, Missouri studios. Oh, what we got here? Is that our computer? A little echo action, Big Web? This is what we do here. We got a little echo action going on.
That's what it sounded like out there.
We haven't done a live show in a few weeks, so it just kind of get back in the swing of things. This is how we do it on the program. We got the great Zach Zook, also remote today. Not feeling too great, Zook. How are you, sir?
It's Super Bowl Sunday. Get your shit together.
I know. I mean, are you shocked? This is how we do, man. This is
kind of our brand. This is kind of our brand.
You got Zook's playing hurt. You know, we got to get things figured out.
That's right.
Hey, it's not the first show I've done sick. It's not the last. I just didn't want to get you boys sick because I am pretty sure whatever I've got, you do not want to have.
Yeah,
Appreciate the hell out of that.
I feel that. Yeah, it's going around, man. It's that time of the year. But you know what else is this time of the year? It's Super Bowl. It's a big day.
Yeah.
Big day. Could have been a bigger day. I'm not going to say it anymore after today. This is the last day I'm going to bitch about the fact that the Lions are not playing today, but it could have been a lot of fun. But we got a good matchup. You got the Chiefs.
Good matchup.
You got the 49ers. You got two teams that arguably the best two in the NFL the last few weeks. Big Web, it's going to be a fun day.
It's going to be Super Bowl day.
Nice.
No, I tell you what, we learned a lot last week. We learned a lot last week about both of these teams. We learned in the last 4 or 5 weeks. It's going to be a great matchup. It's a great betting matchup, I think, for the fans that like to wager out there. I think we got some good ideas, and I'm feeling good.
Ticket, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, man.
Locked in. We got our picks coming up later on. You guys can get involved here on TikTok. You can tune in by going to YouTube if you want to see the full broadcast. You can see all of us, or you can stay here on TikTok and comment. Let us know your top props of the day. How's audio doing, by the way, on TikTok? I got this thing going on now with my mixer. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes it likes to just cut out on us, so let me know how the audio sounds. Appreciate you guys. If you are brand new to the stream, hit the follow button. We are From the 50. We do a live show every single NFL Sunday for 5 years. I actually watched some of the old shows the other day, and it was actually pretty electric. We're pretty fucking good. It's
Beautiful stuff, man.
It's fun.
Poppy Jared says nobody cares about Detroit.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it.
Who cares?
Yeah, I understand. I told you this is the last day I can bitch Poppy Jared. Welcome to the program. It's I get it. It's just it should have been there. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I am representing the old Calvin Megatron jersey. I got it from China back in high school. So yeah, that's what I got. I had to do it. Let's see. Valdez Scantling and Noah Gray are very profitable with low over-unders. That's from Robert Wayne. That's interesting. I haven't heard any MVS and Noah Gray props yet. This is going to be a good show.
That's a limited situation. They both of them get very few attempts usually, so good luck.
Good luck. We'll see what happens. Let's see what we got. We got a lot of people following. Appreciate that. Again, what we're going to do this year, and we'll kind of mention this and at the start and the end of the show, and the rest of it's all going to be about the Super Bowl. But we are continuing our content, our shows in the off season. So we have Football Fan Line that we're going to do every Tuesday is the plan. Might change it up, so you have to follow our socials to see when we change that streaming schedule. But it is a lot of fun. We have a lot of people call in and talk about their teams, and it's very laid back, very fan friendly. You know, like I said before, we built this thing to be a show by the fans for the fans. We don't think we're experts. We know we're not experts. Look at the records this year. We might be experts, actually. We might be able to put that title on us for a bit. But I'd keep it casual, laid back. We want to hear from the audience, so you guys are welcome to get involved on Tuesdays on Football Fan Line and all throughout the show here on Sundays as well. So,
you know, I got to say, Super Bowl Sunday morning,
yeah,
I'm jelly.
Don't say that.
I don't mean to use these fancy new words on you guys, but I'm jelly.
That's been a word for since Nam. It's been a while. Jelly's been a thing. God, Zook, I heard that in high school. You say you're jelly instead of jealous.
I'm jelly of these guys in Las Vegas, Nevada this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are sitting there eating a $60 bowl of oatmeal and just fucking loving life.
You know, Nick is hungover as shit. He's gonna hop on this show about 20 minutes left in the program and give a pick, and then he's out. I guarantee that's what he's doing right now.
But Zuck, what's going on with that town out there? How do you $850 a night? I heard was a low end for a hotel room. What takes the common fan out of it? I heard the damn tables were at $1,000 minimum in the.
It doesn't surprise me, man. Yeah, I mean that's become like a who's who event. It kind of always has been though, right? Like I always remember the famous Joe Montana story where he had seen, God, I forget the celebrity that was in the crowd. It was super famous guy too.
Mm-hmm. It was John Candy. John
Candy. That's right. Yeah. So I mean, the celebs have always been a big part of the Super Bowl.
They had a really good. I mean, Radio Row. There's a lot of. I mean, we could get on Radio Row. Not saying that we're not a big deal.
We
but
should do that.
We could do it one year. There's like people from like the smallest podcasts of all time that get credentials to that thing. And I think we could have a blast. We could get so many clips just messing around with whatever celebrity hops up there and stuff. Yeah. But they had big names like McAfee was there with ESPN. He had Kenny Chesney on Thursday. He had a bunch of different NFL people. Bert Kreischer and is it Tom Segura, I believe, from I think it's like, I forgot their podcast name, but they're hilarious, two comedians. They just crashed McAfee's set, hammered off their ass, and we're talking to CJ Stroud, and Stroud's like, what the hell's going on here? It's just like, he bet Kreischer if he could do, Bert goes, hey, CJ, I bet you I could do 25 push-ups in a row, and I'll bet you whatever. And CJ's like, I don't give a shit. He's like going back and forth. It was pretty good. It was pretty good stuff.
I just want him to leave not to put it down on the damn thing. It's exciting and fun, but they're leaving the common fan almost out of the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Agreed. Yes.
You know, who's going to go? There's some of these tables are just showing end zone tables. Oh, there's 10 seats. It's only $1 million for the table.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, let's go to the Super Bowl. $200,000.
It's honestly, I'm curious. They must sell them because I mean it's always packed and they always have these crazy prices. So my question is, are there like big old companies buying these and not giving them away? But I don't know, like.
But do they
putting
always
packages together? Like,
do they always sell out though? I mean,
I'm pretty sure
next year it's in New Orleans. Are there going to be $850, $1,000 hotel rooms in New Orleans?
I think you kind of hit the nail on the head, Big Web. Like one thing that I had meant to say earlier when you asked me about it is like. This is the first year it's ever been in Vegas. People freaking love Vegas. I love Vegas.
Same.
So I think that a lot of people were wanting to go to that game and to go to Vegas for the week. Mm-hmm. I think it has a lot to do with it. Like I think next year in New Orleans, I don't think it'll be the same.
Back down, maybe.
At least I don't think it'll be the same money wise.
Okay, good.
And
it always depends who's playing though too. Like if you get like a huge market, especially that hasn't gone in a while. Like let's say Dallas makes it next year. I mean. Yeah, they're going to be there.
Yeah, and the thing is, like you said, it's for sure all about Vegas. Vegas has a big, reasoning for people wanting to go because you'd go to Vegas anyway. Some people go to Vegas for the Super Bowl just to be there in the environment, the sports books and whatnot. And I, you can't really blame Vegas for like upping their prices and it's business. I mean, why would you not, just cash in on it? My thing is, like you said, Big Web, going to the actual game. How is that ever worth it? $8,000 cheapest.
It becomes a point. It's like ordering a steak. If you get the $200 a steak, is it really going to be that much better than the $60 one? Really?
I know. I don't understand it, and I don't know who can afford it. But whatever. It's not a big deal. I am. This is a debate we're going to have on Football Fan Line in the off season. Where would you rather watch football? Because there's a point now. I went to a Bears-Lions game this year. It was a blast at Soldier Field. But arguably, if you had to pick between sports bar, actual game, and home, like home and sports bar are 1A, 1B. I mean, to me, if you have all the games on Sunday Ticket, I mean, if you have fantasy and parlays, I don't want to be at the game. Fuck that. Like, if it's one game I'm going to and I'm betting on one game, yeah, maybe.
The first thing you're looking for sitting in the stands is a replay.
Right.
Where's my?
I don't have any cell service because there's a million people
where's
in here.
Where's my slow-mo? How can I rewind that?
Yeah. I don't know. I just football's the one sport I go to the game and I had a good time, but I'd rather be at home in the comfort of my own home, where with Red Zone or 50 screens going on. Like that's the way you watch football.
6 or 8 games at a time, exactly.
You know, that's what means more to the NFL too. Honestly, they could give a shit if you go to the game.
Yeah,
How they make their money is the TV deals and the revenue. You're worth more to them on your couch watching your TV than at the game, which is sort of a backwards kind of way of thinking. It hasn't always been like that, I feel, but the last like 15 years, it's really changed. I don't mind doing like going to a game like one or two times a year. I think that's fine for the experience. Then just to see it live, it's always incredible to me just how high level the football is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, on the average, like I can't imagine like being like a season ticket holder and going every week.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, those people are locked in on just their team, which is awesome
Right.
too. But I mean, the majority, I would say, God, how many football fans do you think are playing fantasy football? Like, I would say,
I think it'd be easier to say like who is not playing fantasy football.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
probably.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Because even these hardcore, like devoted, well, just say Lions fans for that tickets to Ford Field forever. Like they're in fantasy football leagues and probably place down bets as it's now legal in Michigan.
Right. Yeah. Come on, Missouri. Get going, man.
Come
This
on,
is
Missouri.
it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But anyway, you guys get involved from the50.com, from the50.com. Call in if you'd like, or you can comment here on TikTok, YouTube, the full show live for the last time this season. Pretty sad, you guys. So we do have.
Say that every year.
I do say it every year. It's the best day of the year, and it's also the worst day of the year in some capacity. But that's why I'm glad we're going to keep stuff going on in the off season. I know Zook especially will hop on with me when it gets closer to the draft. And we got a couple big announcements on Tuesday as far as the content for the off season. I got a lot of good stuff that the fans will like. Again, everything we're creating is to get you guys involved. That's what I want to do. So I have a lot of fun, like games, trivia, interaction, a lot of different stuff you guys will like, where you guys are part of the show. So we'll talk more about that on Tuesday. But we got a game today, fellas. We got a game today. The Niners and the Chiefs. The number, we'll check it when we pick. It's hopped around from 2.5 to 1.5. I don't know if it ever hit 3. It's what is it still? 2.5.
It's 2, solid 2 right now.
Solid 2. God, the Chiefs, I would imagine, have the biggest public bet in quite a while. The way they've been playing, getting plus money, like I'm kind of shocked San Francisco's favorite at this point. I guess they're giving them the benefit of the fact that they're the best team in the regular season out of the two. Like the Chiefs have been red hot, but they weren't the same Chiefs in the regular season. I don't know how you, as an odds maker, go with San Francisco, but at the same time, like, I mean, can you favor the Chiefs when you know, or you think you know, that the Niners have better talent overall?
The number's scary. I just don't get the number. I don't understand the number. I mean, when you really look at both teams and what they did the last couple games in the playoffs, the Chiefs seem like they're on more of a high right now. It seems like they should be the favorite. You know, Frisco's a great football team, but they've got their highs and lows, and they got their weaknesses too.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know how to cap this game. And for that reason, my main plays are on the over today. I'll give a full parlay later, but I really, really like Chiefs. You notice I didn't say the other L word. I said like.
Thank you.
Just to be safe. I like the Chiefs in the first half today. I think the way that San Francisco's been playing defense in the first half, the Chiefs have just been able to get out of the locker room and go, like, right off the bat. Like, they kind of punched Baltimore in the mouth early, and I think the Ravens fans were like, holy shit, this is going to be a fight. Like, Not that they didn't think it would be in the first place, but the Chiefs made it apparent. We've been here before. We know how to win, and we got the best quarterback in football. So, you know, something tells me that Brock Purdy might struggle again in the first half. If the Chiefs can shut down McCaffrey, I think that they'll control the first half.
I think they can get some pressure to Brock. I think that's a key. I don't think Frisco's going to get pressure on Mahomes. That's another huge key.
Yeah.
You know, and I think both teams are going to be methodical. I think they're going to get down the field. That's why I'm going for an over-type bet, like both teams scoring over 19.5. I think you're going to get some back-and-forth scoring. I don't see defenses really taking control of this thing.
Zook, what do you think as far as, like, we'll get more into the picks, but your first kind of thoughts on the game?
Yeah, you know, I've always found that picking the Super Bowl, I don't know what my rate is, however many years we've been doing the show. I've always thought that the Super Bowl is a little, like, hard to pick, though, because no matter what, you've got two teams that have, you know, made it through the gauntlet of their respective conference. And then I feel like you have to throw out a lot of what you've seen in the playoffs kind of out the window because, again, you got the week off and sort of 2 weeks to prepare. So you could see a team like Frisco has not started well in their playoff games. I could totally see their defense coming out with a ton of energy and just shutting down the Chiefs running game the first quarter. So, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't think that what you've seen the last couple of rounds is always going to carry over. Like, Mahomes has been red hot. Well, he's had now 14 days to sit on it. So is he able to sort of maintain that level of play right from the get-go? Like, I don't know. We'll see.
Mhm.
I actually kind of I hate to be the bearer of bad news or be the contrarian for you guys. I kind of like the under in this game. Was it 47?
47 and a half last time I saw, yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of like the under. I think that these are two pretty good defenses. I think the Chiefs defense is very undervalued. I think they're really, really good.
Mhm.
And the Niners, it's interesting from when they played in 2019, right? Like, you had the Chiefs, whose defense was sort of Swiss cheese outside of a few star players. They were an offensive team versus the Niners, like, vaunted defensive front, and they had an excellent defense. Well, it's sort of flip-flopped.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are kind of a defensive team now that runs the football, and the Niners really are an offensive team. I mean, they have stars on defense, and I don't think I think their defense is better than those Chiefs defenses from years past. But it is interesting how they've sort of flipped roles for this game.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the real important part of this game. How many times is Taylor Swift going to be on TV today? I would say over under, like when kickoff starts, I'd say at least 10.5's the number. I think 10.5's a good line.
Where's the who cares button?
Yeah, well, she's going to be a big part of this game. Yeah, she got him there, Big Web. Come on now.
No, I love Taylor Swift. She's great. I love Kelsey. It's a beautiful thing. Keep going up there and showing them.
What a politician answer right there. That was beautiful. I love Kelsey. I love Taylor. Seem like good people.
Just don't show them all day.
How'd you like to be the guy on the production team? Because you know they're going to have an ISO camera on her the entire game.
Absolutely.
Like, how'd you like to be the guy just filming that suite the entire time?
Like, this is where my career's gone. But some people probably be like, I get to film Taylor Swift at the game. But,
I'm non-ironic. I think that would be fascinating. It's a little creepy, I guess.
Yeah, very creepy. It's like you get paid to be a stalker at the game, basically.
They showed her plane landing in L.A. this morning.
Yeah.
Like it was some kind of space shuttle coming down or something.
Well, apparently she's supposed to be, like, in Japan or something. She's got a concert. Or she had a concert last night, or I don't know the whole deal. I don't really care. I'm just curious.
She's in the States.
Her plane back to the U.S. was the most tracked, like, flight. Yeah. I saw classic Ravel tweet talking about how her plane back from Japan was the most tracked flight of the day.
We're just such a weird spot as human beings. I mean, like, she's famous, but like, who gives a fuck about her plane?
Give her a breather. Let her be. Let her be. She's going to a game. Let her be.
I think the same thing. I think it's like I almost feel bad for her in a way.
Yeah, it's.
Can you imagine the guy that's filming them for 3.5 hours? Yep, Taylor just went for crab rangoon number 4.
That's going on in some capacity. It's so weird. But anyway, there was like all these funny bets, not real lines, but these like BR betting and some of these other sports betting apps were like, do you think she'll hop into the halftime show? Like, yeah, just throw her in there. Like, Usher's been doing all this choreography. Just throw Taylor in there. Why not?
Have her sing the national anthem now all of a sudden.
Yeah, right. Yeah, anyway, it'll be interesting, but we'll see what happens with Taylor Swift. And I'm sure there's some prop bets. I haven't seen any about her being on television or, does she hoist the Lombardi trophy if the Chiefs win? Bullshit like that. I don't know.
So your buddy Trent came up with the song, for the halftime.
Yeah, Trent, Book It with Trent. He said he's 1 for 1. Last year, somebody at the golf course told him it was going to be Rihanna's opening song was "Bitch Better Have My Money," which Big Web, you love that song.
I do love that song.
How's it go?
It says, "Bitch better have my money."
That's not bad. Clip that, by the way. That's pretty good. Yeah, and somebody at a golf course told him to take that, and he cashed. This year, you actually saw it. I did not. What song is supposed to come on?
OMG.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, you nailed it! Right
for
there.
Sure. I know Usher. Come on now.
So, but his other song is yeah.
He's got a lot of them, Big Web.
No, that's the only 2 good ones. I listened to them all. There's 2 good ones, and the other one, that Oh My one, goes stronger in the beginning.
How's Oh My God go?
Oh My God.
Gosh.
That's
That's pretty good.
That's all you get, man.
I could just have Big Web sing songs the whole time.
You could.
We'd lose every
Lose-
listener we
see
have,
you
but
later.
I think it's funny.
But where do you bet this? I wanted to bet it. Trent said 6-1 or something.
I'm sure we can check FanDuel here in a minute. I'm pretty sure FanDuel has first song. They used to have, by the way, for National Anthem, this is supposed to be Reba McEntire, according to Dan Patrick. Dan Patrick was on McAfee, and he says, absolutely take the over on Reba for National Anthem. So I don't know. That's I mean, Dan Patrick knows his. I mean, he's one of the broadcast gods, man. But I don't know what in he's got. But he says absolute lock Reba over on the anthem.
I
I
remember.
kind of like that play. Reba feels like she'd take a long time singing the anthem.
I agree with that.
Take her time, really just let it marinate in the crowd, you know?
Yeah, just kind of let it go a little bit.
I
like
remember.
Yeah,
I
I'm
remember
with DP.
when I was 22 years old. We said, okay, we're gonna bet $100 on the game each. So let's put 50 on Heads and 50 on Buffalo or whatever back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Tails.
Good
Fuck,
start.
now all I can do is break even. Right there instantly. All I can do is
Tails,
break even.
yeah.
Tails.
I'm Big Web. I don't know if you follow me on the Insta,
Well, sure I
but
do.
I put a challenge out to the audience. I want people to dig deep in their heart and in their soul and tell me if it's heads or tails. I said get the stats out of the way, but I want to know heads or tails, and I am putting $100 on whatever has the most votes. Last time I saw, Heads is in the lead by I think 10 votes. Still plenty of time to vote. Go to Weber Bets on Instagram, but I think Heads is going to be the play. Here's the reason why I'm nervous. Do you know
Because it's a stupid bet?
Yes. Do you know the stats for Heads? It's 50-50. Yeah, you never know. Do you know the stats for the coin toss the last 10 Super Bowls? How many times do you think it's hit tails? How many times has it hit heads?
I've watched every game and every coin flip intently. I don't have a fucking clue.
Tails 8 out of the last 10, 4 out of the last 5.
Wow.
That's the rundown
You're
there.
saying Heads is due then?
Heads is due, yeah. And I have lost so much money on this coin toss. I bet heads every time. But I said this is up to the audience. It's not me. I'm tailing whatever it is, and we're going to take down the books today on heads or tails, period.
When you take a coin and you got the head, the head's heavier. There's more weight in the middle of the head, so that's down. So it's going to be tails.
This is bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I like where you're going.
But they got a special coin. It says both teams on it. It says
Yeah,
Las
yeah,
Vegas.
it's
probably got Taylor Swift's picture on the fucking.
Probably Taylor Swift
and she's
or
a pretty
Travis
skinny
Kelce,
gal
yeah.
too, so she's going to be light. She'll be on the top. It
Nice.
probably will be tails.
You think so?
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I'm going heads. Heads seems like it's going to be the consensus, but we'll go with that. But vote on Instagram. Let me know because we'll put a hundy spot on it. I mean,
Why
it's
don't
going
you
to start
take
out
that
hot.
100 and put it on Big Web's best bet of the week, which is solid this week.
No, this is also for content. You know, we're up decent here in the playoffs, and there's nothing like it's like a blackjack hand. You know, you put it out there, heads or tails, boom. It's either win or a loss like that. There's no sweat. It's just bam. It's just right there.
And there's no splits or double down, so you're okay.
Nothing like that. No. $100. We'll see what happens. It should be fun. Should be fun.
It's kind of like going to Vegas and putting 100 on black, so it's sort of fitting that it's in Vegas this year.
Exactly. See, you just got to go with the roulette style. It's just real quick. It's like you're either going to have a great start of the day or absolutely dog shit. It just, we'll figure it out right away. It'll be fun.
I got you.
You want to go in on with me?
No.
Okay. You want to fade me so one of us wins at least?
Nope.
All right.
I don't like to bet. We got plenty of other educated bets that are stronger.
Educated bets. You sent me an 18 parlay a couple days ago.
Well, it's down to 6, and it's beautiful.
Okay. Gotcha. Let's see. Niners are the best on earth. Chiefs are too soft. That's from Johnny Brasco.
Got anything to back that up with, Johnny?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see, man. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be Chiefs early, Niners come back the way it's been all playoffs, and we'll see what happens. That's what it's going to be. I don't know. Let's see. Niners are coming to hurt. That's from J-Dog. All right. Got a lot of Niners fans in here.
Okay.
Let's see. Niners win. Jackson Mahomes gets knocked out by a Niners fan, and Taylor is a no-show. Lock parlay. Pretty good odds on that one, I bet. Yeah, the Jackson Mahomes thing. God, the dude's the worst for many reasons, but every single time, I don't know if you've seen, like, when Mahomes goes up to say hi to his wife before the games and everything, and Jackson's there, all Jackson does is do selfies and film him. Like, there's no, like, brother moment. It's like, let me get it on Instagram because my brother's famous. Like, what a doucher. God, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
He's just the worst. He just really is. We'll see. Are there any Jackson Mahomes props today? Who gives a shit? You guys get involved from the50.com, from the50.com. You can chime in here on TikTok. You can also call in as well. We'll get to some picks in a minute. Overall standings going into the final week of the season. I gave Zook a chance. I gave him an opportunity to get to 100. The man did not do well last week, but he is officially the winner of the crown at least 94 wins this season. He goes 0-2 last week, losing with Baltimore and San Francisco. The Lions did cover 7.5. Big Web goes 1-1. Nick goes 1-1. Barely, but still, it doesn't lie. Board doesn't lie. Audience 1-1
in the NFC Championship.
Somebody named TJ goes 2-0, takes the Chiefs and the Lions. This close, Big Web, to another 500 if the Lions get money line. Also would have been going for 1,000. We'd be in Detroit right now. I'm not going to bitch that much more, but I had another 1,000 if they won the Super Bowl today too. But whatever. I digress. Yeah. But anyway.
Did Nick sign the board?
Nick did not sign the board last week. We forgot. We got off on a tangent like we always do. So you hate to see that.
He'll be in town. We'll get him.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I think Tolly signed it in like June of this year. So we've been behind on it before. It doesn't shock me. Okay, so yeah, I went 2-0. So the standings are as follows going into Super Bowl week. Zook is 94, 48, and 4. I am 90, 52, and 4.
Tremendous, gentlemen.
Audience 84, 56, and 6. Big Web 80, 62, and 4. And Nick in last place, officially last place this year, 74, 68, and 4. Today we are putting 2 picks out there. It's the big game, the Super Bowl, Kansas City against San Francisco, and we're all getting a prop bet as well. So that's what we're going to do.
Love it.
And also congratulations, as I said last week, to 4 winners of an NFL jersey for our CBS Sports Pick'em. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support, the Pick'em every single year. We've been doing it every year we've done the show. And give out great prizes. It's free to join, so next year make sure you jump in and get involved because it's a blast. And honestly, just for picking football games against the spread, you can win a jersey, so why not? We're also going to reach out to other sponsors to try to get even better kind of prizes next year, so make sure you lock in on that. But for the overall standings, shout out to John Jameson, who's going to win the whole thing. He's at 163, I believe. I can't read that fucking print. 163 on the dot. 158 for Matt Costa. Kendall Ressler with 155, and Kay Roberts with 153. So congratulations to those 4 winners that will be getting an NFL jersey this season.
They're averaging like 8 wins a week. This is phenomenal.
It's damn good.
Really good.
Against the spread. Yeah, I mean it was a hell of a year for the panel, hell of a year for the listeners, and it's gonna be a fun Super Bowl. We got props. We need prop bet parlays. We need your coin toss heads or tails. We need. I want a crazy parlay. I want to win $100,000 today on $10. Like, what do you got for me? I saw one on FanDuel today that if you take it, you're an absolute degen. But I'm thinking about putting $10 on it. $10 to pay $5,000. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes to score the first touchdown. He's got to run it in, the first touchdown, and Kyle Juszczyk to score the second touchdown. That has to happen exactly. Plus $50,000. So if you got a nice $100 you'd like to burn,
that could happen.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Why not us, Zook?
Us.
Yeah.
I don't know. You like that big
they're
one?
going to
Hey,
drop
I got a
plays to
$50 one that'll
check.
I got a $50 one that'll pay $11,050.
Wow. All right.
I'll tell you
What
later.
are we doing right now?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Unless you want it now.
That's what we call a tease in the business.
It is a tease. No, the big tease is oh my God, my 6-way is tremendous.
Okay. Well, that's exciting stuff. But you're not going to put $100 on heads or tails with me.
No. Well, I can if you want. I'll piss it away.
No. Forget. We don't need your $100. No, you're not invested. We don't need your charity. It's
But
fine.
ladies and gentlemen, just put the camera on me. Tune in. Give me about 45 minutes. That's when we're going to sign off. I'm going to give you this 7-way parlay. It's a casher. It's a casher. I'm telling you.
There you go. Let's see. Purdy is getting that ring. It's from Momming It Up. Let's see. Brian says, hey, bet CMC to score the first touchdown. I mean, that's a pretty good bet. He's got to be what? Pretty low. I'm saying 400. 400's good.
Minus
it's just
280, I think.
his actual
To score once? Is that what you mean?
No, to score the first touchdown.
Oh, the first.
I think his to score one is like 250 usually, or even more than that. He's only like plus 300, I think, to score 2 touchdowns, which is, I mean, absolutely insane. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, CMC seems like a lock. You never know. I think if they get inside the 5 at all, he's going to be the main target, obviously. And, I mean, the Lions couldn't stop him. Nobody can stop him. So, not a bad bet. I don't hate that.
Minus 220 anytime.
Just once?
Just
220?
once,
Yeah.
Plus 390 first.
How about for 2 touchdowns? Is it 350?
2 touchdowns plus 235.
That's crazy. It's so low. It's crazy.
It is very low.
I don't understand it.
Pacheco's 475. Kelsey's 600.
First for any touchdown?
No, 2.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little tough though. Big Web's got one. I'm going to give one of yours away because I like it so much. I'm going to do something on it. Your McCaffrey and Kelsey both with 2 tutties today.
Yeah,
That's like what, plus 2,000 or something?
Oh, well, I've got other stuff with it, but let me just go to that.
All right.
2.
That's
Okay.
a donation.
It might be a donation, but it could be electric. I'm also excited about it.
It's, I got to erase all this other shit.
All right. You guys get involved from the 50.com. A lot of involvement today.
Watch me push buttons.
Yeah.
Here we go. I got it right here.
All right. What do you got?
Plus 1,700. McCaffrey 2. Kelsey 2.
Nice.
Anytime. Plus 1,700.
Nice. I like that. I might put 10 on it to win
Then
170.
Why not put your 100 on that?
Because I don't want to do it. I want heads or tails. I want the quick hit. I want to get something ready and be like, holy shit, like I just made $100, or holy shit, I just lost $100.
Tune in at 11:55, and you'll be wanting to put it on Big Web's Best Bet of the Week.
Very nice. Lions will be back. That's from Lions fan. We'll talk in the offseason.
He's right.
Eric says, what is the exact score bet today? Oh, man. There's a bet that I do kind of like is if it matches any other Super Bowl score, it's like plus 400.
Yeah, like an albatross or something. What do you call that?
No, scoregami?
Scorecard.
No, that's if it's a brand new, never been done in the NFL one. This is one where if you match any Super Bowl score from the past, so like I don't know what they are, but if like let's say 27-24 3 years ago, if it's 27-24, you cash and it's plus 400.
Well, wait a minute.
That's 54 years of Super Bowls. You match one, you get plus 400.
Match anyone?
I think, unless I read it wrong. That's what I saw.
I'm taking it right now.
I know it's free money. It looks like.
Zook, your thoughts?
Love it.
Zook, are you still there? He's feeling like shit. He's
is
on.
feeling
He's
bad.
at about 60%. I usually would have Zook full involvement, and I've had a couple. He's like stared off into space.
He's got his green
He's
Packers
got-
hat on his face. It matches it.
He's got the biggest
kidding.
biggest microphone I've ever seen in my life in front of him. Thing's gonna attack him or something. Good lord.
Yeah, this is kind of the setup at home. My chair doesn't go like any higher,
Yeah.
and I'm a bit of a midget, so.
I didn't mean that one.
It's a good look, Zook.
But yeah, I think I'm at least kind of muting myself when I gotta like sneeze or fart or cough.
He's,
I feel
he's a
that.
team player for sure.
Team
Yeah.
player. He's here. You know, at least he's here. Nick Yale's ass in here, and he's in Vegas. It'd be a perfect situation.
And he made himself sick just making himself sick.
Hey, I'm
thank
still
you for
I'm
that,
still
dipshit.
locked in on the game today. Yeah, I will not miss a snap.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's gonna be fantastic. DW says Lions are the laughing stock of the league next year, next to Arizona. Okay, DW, call on in the football fan line on Tuesday. Let's have a discussion. David says plus 3,900 for 5 49ers to score a touchdown. That's 5 separate 49ers. I have seen that. It's called something on FanDuel. It's like the
Stupid?
touchdown. Yes, the touchdown gauntlet or something. It's something wild, but 3,900 is probably a little too low even.
Why not just bet the game is in the 30s for them?
Why don't you just put all your money on heads and let's ride? How about that?
That's the way to go here.
I think it's going to be a fun one.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's fucking ride, boys.
Let's ride.
Let's go. All right, why don't we do a little pick action? This is probably the quickest picks. We got fired up here. It's Super Bowl Sunday, damn it. Let's go.
Quick
Let's
pick.
fire up. We're all a little like just like it's not enough energy today. We're like it's another Sunday. We're not going to be back
Wake up!
here. We're not going to be back here until September. Let's go.
All right.
Time to wake up and lock in.
You asked for it.
All right, so I need a line check person.
2.
Officially? You got to look at the app.
Let me
and
look.
then you officially set
me
the
look.
number.
You want energy? I'll
This
give you
is
some
the one
fucking
week
energy.
where we might not need it.
Like Big Web gets pissed.
Still two.
He's on the show looking for a parlay for 18 minutes. Electric content. Kansas City at the no, I should say it's in Las Vegas. Kansas City is the home team. The San Francisco 49ers, the visiting team. The spread is what
2 points.
officially?
The Chiefs are getting 2 points at minus 115 odds.
Do you call them a home dog technically in this situation, even
You
though it's
do.
on the road? Probably not, right?
The over/under is 47.5 still.
Still, wow. All right, Zook, what's the pick, my man?
All right. So I watched in like a weird fever dream state last night at like 2 a.m. as I was trying to get to sleep. About an hour and a half of Brock Purdy film on YouTube, and I got to tell you guys, I think that this game is a coin flip, man. I do not feel confident one way or the other. I think if the Niners can run the ball, which the Chiefs are sort of a middle of the pack run defense, I think if the Niners can run the ball and start a little faster than they have in their prior playoff games, I think they've got a great chance to win this game. But if Mahomes plays like he has the last couple weeks, I think the margin of error becomes so slim. Brock Purdy last couple weeks has not been good. He's had a bunch of turnover-worthy plays that, if small sample size, right? But if you were to like basically take the rate over the full season, it's been one of the worst in the league. So I sort of am picking this game based off of the fact that I think Mahomes and Andy and all these guys that have sort of have that championships alligator blood that have been there before and done that, I think they're going to play loose. I expect them to play well. I think this is a big ask to ask a guy in his second year that was Mr. Irrelevant, that hasn't played the greatest the last couple times out, to go carry the load. So I also think this Niners front seven is a shell of what it was a couple years ago when they had KC on the ropes. And I actually thought outplayed KC in that
Should have won the game.
Deserved to win.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought they deserved to win. But yeah, I'm gonna go KC +2. I bet against Mahomes last week and it burned me, and I'm not gonna do that again.
Big Web?
So,
Oh, by the way, audience, you are picking this game, so please comment here on TikTok and YouTube who you're picking, Chiefs +2 or Niners -2.
so let's look at it this way. When Kansas City has the football, they got to be able to stop the rush of the Niners. And last week, the Niners did not get to Goff. Goff had time, and Mahomes will have time today if they play the same way. I know Zook said you can't count on what's happened the last couple of weeks, but damn it, it's happening. I mean, Detroit got a big lead on them because they were not pressured. The other thing is Kelsey against a zone can find holes in that defense. I mean, I expect Kansas City to move them all methodically. I do know Frisco's got a good defense. It's just going to be a methodical scoring kind of game. I don't love a 30-30 game, but I do love a 20-20 game here. And then when Frisco's got the ball, Kansas City against Buffalo just smacked. I mean, and against Baltimore, they hit so damn hard. I couldn't believe how hard they were hitting on defense and really shutting them down. I'm not saying they're going to totally stop McCaffrey, but let's lean on what Zook said also about Brock Purdy and how he's not that sharp as far as drilling the ball into people. He's floating. He's missing guys. And that difference right there is why I'm sliding to the Chiefs and sticking with them +2, 3. I bought them up to 10 on one of them, but let's just say the regular line. Give me the Chiefs +2. I like them here.
Yeah, so first of all, audience looks like they're going Chiefs, pretty much a landslide here. A couple 49ers, but Chiefs the majority. I think I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to go with Kansas City too. I agree 100% with what Zook said. This is a coin flip game to me. I mean, I could not figure out. That's why I stayed away. I like the Chiefs in the first half. I took Chiefs first half money line. I'll tell you the whole parlay here in a second. But mainly, I think because of this being a coin flip, I'm going to take the underdog. I mean, you know what I mean? Take the points. So it could be a 1-point game, Chiefs cover type of thing. As far as really, just who wins the game, the answer is I don't know. And here's my real big-time analysis on it. I'm going to put the edge towards the Chiefs because I think Brock Purdy might shit himself at some point in this game. To me, he's proven it, But every single time they don't have a run game, he is not good. Like, period. He cannot lead a team like any of the great quarterbacks in the NFL. Mahomes can. He's proven it plenty of times. If he wins a third one today, they officially have a dynasty. I just think you take the better quarterback in the situation, and if McCaffrey can get 5 yards a carry, San Francisco will win the game. But Brock Purdy's not the guy to lead them all the way. So that's where I'm going. I think the Chiefs will stop them enough. And, by the way, they have a better secondary than Detroit does, and the Lions didn't give up much in the first half anyway. So give me the Chiefs in this one, but it's going to be a hell of a game. I want points, baby. Over. That's what I'm going with.
I like it.
It's going to be good. Nick did not answer, so he is not getting a pick. He is doesn't matter. He's out anyway. He lost the
He's
season.
picking the Jags.
He's taking the Jags in this one.
Yeah, he's taking the Jags. Jags plus infinity still doesn't hit.
Right. And then we got the prop bets. So I need your top prop bets, gentlemen. Let's start with Zook.
Okay, so question for you. I was gonna do the under, but is that too boring? Like the other one that I kind of like is Kelsey anytime. It's written in the stars, guys.
Sure. No, that's fine. Totally fine.
I'll take Kelsey anytime just to be a little more fun.
Okay.
But I like the under. I root for the points, but I think historically the unders typically tend to hit more often in the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Especially with two good defenses. I have a tough time seeing this game getting to 50, which is pretty much what you need, right?
Agreed. Yeah. No, that's. I mean, the unders hit a lot, so it's not a bad pick at all. I don't hate that.
Couple of ball control offenses too. Like they can put some sustained drives together and score. But like both of these teams kind of take like 8 minutes off the clock doing it.
Yeah, Big Web.
Right. No, I like what Zook's saying there. However, the way they are methodical and can get first downs and can get long drives, I'm saying they're going to get some points on the board. I like both teams to score over 19.5. However, my top prop bet would have to be Pacheco over yards, basically because of what Detroit was able to do to Frisco on the ground last week. So I like Pacheco over the 67.5 right now. Yeah, I think something like that. So yeah, even though I do like both those over 19.5s, give me Pacheco with the over 67.5.
Sorry, hold on one
second. You know, another interesting thing in this, which is sort of the reason I went Chiefs, as TJ's kind of working here. TJ, let me know when you're ready, and I'll shut the fuck up.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
When I was watching all the Brock Purdy shit with a fever at 2 a.m, one of the things that I saw that was interesting is the blitz packages of Spagnuolo. How does the San Fran handle that? Like, Brock Purdy's a young QB, right? Like, I could see him kind of struggling at times against that. Now, I think they're going to hit him for some big plays too, because it's really a high risk, high reward sort of deal that he does when he brings those blitzes and those pressures. But the Chiefs are going to get some free runners in this game. How does Purdy handle that? Like, I just feel that this game's going to come down to one mistake by one of the quarterbacks, and I think Purdy's more likely to make that mistake than Mahomes. Obviously, it's
100%. I agree with that, and it's more of the way you beat the Chiefs. Kelsey has to be a non-factor, and you do exactly what the Bucs did a few years ago and get to Mahomes. If Mahomes is running all over the place, San Francisco should win the game. So it's those two things. Kelsey cannot be a non-factor. He has to be a non-factor for San Francisco to win the game too. He can't be a big-time guy today. So
Tooney, the lineman, out for KC. The fill-in last week, 2 weeks ago, did tremendous.
Right.
I mean, absolutely covered his shoes, and he's there. So I don't see a big letdown because of that.
So
the other thing, like, to your point, I totally agree with you. And if you look at the Chiefs, like, what gives the Chiefs trouble, it's the pass rush, like everybody, right? And their tackles are kind of vulnerable this year. Big Web mentioned that the subs did play well, but I would say that this San Fran front that they're going up against today is the weakest front they've gone up against in their Super Bowl wins. The 49ers team that they beat was unreal in the front seven. The Eagles team that they beat was unreal in the front seven. Obviously, the Bucs team they lost to was unreal in the front seven. I think that this is the least talented front seven they're going up against in their Super Bowls.
Now, that's the kind of stuff you get on From the 50.
That's
right
it.
There. Did you see? There is an angle here.
There is an angle. Absolutely.
It's all about the pass rush, and they got the weakest front.
It should be Chiefs.
Listen up on the Chiefs. This is the kind of stuff you get from the 50.
As long as the receivers don't do what they did in the regular season, I mean, that's the only thing that can screw
Speaking
you.
Of that, Speaking of that, Tony made the trip? I didn't even think he was going to make the damn trip.
Oh yeah, Chad Ochocinco says he's going to be first touchdown bet. He's pretty good odds if you want to put him first touchdown.
I'm sure it is.
Oh, and the Chiefs might want to get this guy back on the map and do something like that. They might throw the first ball 80 yards down the field.
Could do. Yeah, could go for it.
I mean, it'd be cool for the kid's confidence, but what if he drops it?
What if he drops it? Then he's out of the NFL probably.
It's out of the NFL
We'll
anyway.
start you, but if you drop one, you're out of the NFL. Period. That's the bet.
But wasn't he was bad-mouthing the Chiefs and the media.
Yeah, said it wasn't his fault.
I'm surprised he's in the Sin City, baby.
We'll see what happens. Hey, audience, by the way, send us a prop. What'd you have, Big Web? I was fixing a couple things. Sorry. For prop bet.
A Pacheco, 67.5 over.
That's what I have as well. That's my favorite bet today as far as props. I mean,
Look at you, Webbers.
I
Snuggling
tell
up.
you what, Zook, you think that they're going to be better today? The way that the Lions ran against them told me a lot about San Francisco's run defense. Like, the Lions have a great run team,
Yeah.
but, I mean, that offensive line manhandled them. I mean, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And Monty, of both Gibbs and Monty, I thought Gibbs would have a better opportunity outside the tackles. Monty was amazing in that game. It tells me that Pacheco's going to be all over the place, 67.5. I think they're going to go all over it here in the first half, especially try to control the narrative. That hurts me a little bit, where I need them to get over 10.5 points, but I do think that they'll run a lot today. And Pacheco is he's a bat out of hell, man, when he gets going. So I like Pacheco over 67.5 as well.
Yeah, man, I was surprised that the Packers ran it as well as they did against the Niners, too, even the week before the Lions played them. And that's what, I mean, I didn't take the Lions to cover that game, but I felt that the Lions were going to be able to run the ball. The Lions rushing attack, I didn't see San Fran really shutting that down all that much. So it'll be interesting to see. And, for the Pacheco prop, in years past, you would have never done that because the Chiefs don't run it enough. Well, again, it's a different team this year. They kind of play ball control. They're defensive. They'll give Pacheco 20-plus carries, no problem.
Yeah.
So I would actually say if he doesn't get to 67, they're in deep shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's a good bet. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's my favorite prop of the day.
What's his carries?
What do you mean?
Like Zook's saying,
you're saying how much
they
for a
want
bet?
they want him to get the ball. They cater it to that. How many carries?
My only thing is it's the Super
I'll look
Bowl.
it up
Like,
for you, Big Web.
Mahomes wants the ball in the playoffs. That's my only thing. So, like, I think he'll break a few good ones. That's my understanding of 67.5. But Mahomes is, I mean, as far as, like, the anytime touchdown and stuff like that, with him going, I'm worried that, I mean, Mahomes wants the ball in the Super Bowl. I mean, he wants the ball in general, but, like, if they're on the 2-yard line, yeah. But, like, if it's, like, first and 10 or first and goal from the 5, like, I think they might be passing the ball with Patty. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll be all over Pacheco, but
they might be flipping it out to Pacheco.
that's for
Pacheco, 24 attempts versus Baltimore, 15 versus Buffalo, and against Miami, 24 attempts.
Okay, so he is getting a lot of opportunities, obviously.
Yeah.
Hopefully we see it today. Audience is going to go with Captain Fat wants CMC TD. Ain't that easy, brother. You're not getting a minus 235 hit here. We'll give it to Jay, who they want the over 47.5. How about that? Over 47.5 for you guys. It's not really a prop, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Well, what's the Kelsey anytime TD odds? That's got to be pretty low too, right?
It's I feel like it's what? It's not plus money, is it? It's got to be like minus 125. I'm gonna guess. Big Web. That's what I got.
Kelsey, anytime. Here he is. Minus 105.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'd hammer that. That's a great bet. Even first touchdown, I think Kelsey's a great first touchdown bet. He's got to be. What'd you say earlier?
Plus 750.
Yeah.
I like taking randoms to score first.
Because the payouts are so good. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Ferksers of the world.
Hey, what do you guys think about Debo today? I mean, what was his injury? What was his
Shoulder. Big time shoulder injury.
Okay, but so then we were talking before Detroit. We said it's going to be a decoy, and he got out there and what kind of stats did he get?
He was fine. I mean, he did make a difference, but he wasn't normal Debo.
The normal Debo, right.
Yeah.
So the 2 weeks on the shoulder, I guess the doctor's the only one going to answer that, or Debo can answer that. But I kind of expect with this 2-week rest a little bit more out of him, right?
Yeah, I would say he's pretty full go. It's the Super Bowl.
And
you're gonna take whatever painkillers you have to.
They get this jet sweep stuff, and you could call that a pass because he throws it forward to him, right? So, I mean, we're looking at rushing yards, and it's only like 16.5 or something like that.
Yeah,
But-
well, you
but
take that
You almost got to do all.
that
you almost gotta
combo.
do both.
It's
right?
83.5, I think, is his combo rushing
His combo.
and receiving, which I like a lot.
I
today.
kind of do too. I think he might be strong enough to get that. Zook, how many times they throw to him? About 3 or 4 last.
I'm
week?
trying to look up the stats right now. For some reason, I can't.
It's
find
16
it.
and a half rushing, Big Web.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
like
bad.
that.
Yeah.
I think you could get that on one carry.
but how do you hand it off to him? If you throw it forward, it's a freaking pass.
Well, they could.
They
you
jet
know,
sweep
I
a
mean,
lot.
they line him up in the backfield
And
sometimes.
just
one.
pitch to him.
They do.
Yeah, they could
actually
do a reverse.
line him up as like a running back sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that could work out. They get him involved, especially when he's healthy. Like, you know, if you see McCaffrey get shut down, like they're going to put him in motion more. They're going to do a lot more with him, and try to go deep shots with Ayuk probably.
Yeah,
but
pinching up. on him.
Debo's going to get those under routes. It's him, and I mean Kittle's kind of been a non-factor. When he gets going, he's great. But like sometimes they can't find him, and it's all Debo and Ayuk usually. Obviously McCaffrey's the main guy, but if they shut McCaffrey down, if you think the Chiefs are going to do that, Debo's a great play today. Ayuk, I haven't heard enough about people taking Ayuk props today, but he's been pretty solid too. I don't know, it's tough.
He's just he like Kittle. I feel can be real hit or miss in their games.
Yeah,
He can go 152 touchdowns, and the next game go 4 for 30.
he's so hit
Yeah.
or miss, but this is probably his best year he's had, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, no
for
no
sure.
question. I'm not. It's not an indictment like on the talent. It's just they do have so many playmakers that the consistency with him at least, and also too, like they don't really throw it like getting the ball to outside receivers like isn't totally their offense. It's not really the way they roll.
Mhm.
Like they have a quarterback that likes to throw it short and intermediate over the middle of the field, like shorter passes. Like they're not throwing 50-yard bombs to Ayuk down the sideline. Like that's not how their offense is built.
Look at this. First player with the first reception of 20 yards or more in the game. First long reception of the game, over 20. Debo's plus 600,
What about like Rashee Rice?
plus 475.
It's not bad.
Kelsey plus 550. Brandon Ayuk plus 350.
What about MBS?
plus 1600?
Ooh,
First, got to be the first one though.
that's not bad. I don't hate. What's McCaffrey? Little screen pass breaks one.
How about longest reception for the player for the game?
Yeah,
Debo over 21 and a half.
yeah. Could, should, would.
Hey, what's the over under? This is one of my favorite ones too. The over under on players to attempt to pass. Is it 2.5?
Two and a
yeah.
half, 2.5. I saw
You're
it
you're
earlier.
you're there's one like
Over.
there's one. It's like who gets a reception. Purdy or Mahomes are they going to get a reception plus like 1800?
So
or
you think in
something?
the Super Bowl there's definitely going to be a third candidate throwing the ball?
Oh yeah, at some point.
That's Zook's favorite
Maybe
pick.
a punter, maybe a.
At some point.
It could be.
At some
Every
point
year
you
you
get
pick
an
that.
you
Could
get an
be Debo.
injury
and it
too,
usually
like it can
smacks when
happen.
you do that. Yeah.
All right.
Another real long shot, and I don't know how to like quantify this. Trent Williams is going to be lined up at a skill position at one point. Mark my words.
What's a
They're either
Trent
going to give
Williams
it to him
anytime
on
tutty?
the 1 yard line or like send him in motion to block as like a tight end. They're gonna do some weird shit with Trent.
As long as he reports, he might catch a tutty. What's a Trent Williams tutty? That'd be wild. Debo, 8 receptions, 89 yards last week, 9 targets. So they used him plenty, and he was banged up. So that should tell you a lot. And then him rushing, though, Big Web, 3 attempts for 7 yards. But if you take his over combined, 83.5 hit on just receiving. So I like that the most if I'm betting Debo. Take the combined if you really think he's going to get some opportunities rushing, or just take his over receiving, which I'm guessing is like, what, 72? I'm guessing 72 on him.
That's what you're guessing.
That's what I'm guessing. Let's see. I'm scared on what to bet, man. Patrick Mahomes over 27.5 rushing yards, question mark. That's from Braden. He should, but he does this bullshit too, you got to think about, a couple Super Bowls ago, where he goes back 8 yards when he takes a knee. Did you remember that shit? Somebody
Oh,
lost.
my God.
He lost 8 or 9 yards on that. I'm like, that alone, I was like, I'm out. Like, I don't care.
I know I've told this story on the pod before, but during the COVID year, I remember because it was like a Tuesday night afternoon game. They were playing the Commanders, and they were kneeling it down. And since it was like a Tuesday night game, it lost me my fantasy matchup. I had Patty and like he had to do it like 3 times, and so I lost like 2 points, 2 whole points, and lost by like a decimal.
What
point.
was the reasoning on the second and third ones though? Because that might have been against San Francisco. I forgot what Super Bowl it was. But he did it on the first one, and I get it because if you're it's 120 seconds or whatever that you have to have. A minute 20, I think you can take 3 knees then and get it done, the math or whatever. But it must have been 3 or 4 seconds off. But he does it once, then he did it 2 more times.
Didn't have to burn any more seconds.
Unless he had to. I don't think he did though. It was.
I sometimes think they just do it out of like an abundance of caution. He's not the only one I've seen do it.
Like just in case that there's any time like our math's wrong, let's do this bullshit and see what happens.
Which I feel like is a little BS because it's kind of like an unwritten rule. Like if they're taking any, like you don't go at the offensive lineman, well, get the fuck down then.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna sit back there, I'm like as a defense, I'd be like, we're coming.
Yeah. I don't think like. There should be a rule that doesn't count as a rushing yard. Like, not just for betting, but in general. I just think I don't know. It's just kind of a bullshit thing.
Yeah, he did it voluntarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you also know that, like, whoever lost on that was not thinking about that at all. Like, they probably saw him take knees and didn't even think about it, and they saw their stat line and they go, what the fuck? You know? There's people that lost a lot of money on that. Oh, God. I think I would give up sports betting if that happened to me. I really would.
Well, it's the same as running out of the fucking game at 1 yard line and going down on a stupid knee and not kicking a fucking extra point.
Kneeing on an extra point is the most wild loss I've ever seen you have. That was. I want to do a full like deep dive podcast on that moment for you and like really dive in.
What you should do is like get all kinds of doctors involved and shit.
Which game was that?
Of somebody getting
that was
fucked.
Kyler Murray. Remember the miracle Hail Mary to DeAndre Hopkins?
Around Christmas.
And Big Web had them minus 6.5 or whatever, and they were up by 6. Kicked the extra point and it's over. And Kyler knees on the fucking extra point, which has never happened in NFL history.
Well,
probably.
was it because they were up 1 point? So like,
well, if you block it and take it back, did you get 2 points? Is that the reasoning? Is that
yeah, right, exactly.
No, it's called trying to fuck the better. That's what it is. The
Wouldn't be
referees
tolerated
open
in the
their
Big
Go
Web
Fuck
Football
Me
League.
account.
Oh my God,
it's bullshit.
User 641, watch your language. It's the internet, buddy. If you don't like the language, keep going, my man. We've been doing it for a while. I think the 49ers are going to keep Mahomes in the pocket as much as possible. It's from Joe Bob. I think that hurts them. I know he is decent on the run, but if you saw the way the Bucs handled him a few years ago in the Super Bowl, he had to run for his life, and they didn't even score a touchdown that game, right? That was the craziest like bet. I think somebody actually bet for them not to score a touchdown, and it hit. That was nuts. No one saw that coming.
But Mahomes is pretty dangerous while on the move. Also,
he is if he gets
outside.
some room to run. Yeah. But if you have, if you get him running off the run to throw, he has some crazy throws, but his receivers have been so inconsistent this year. I can't remember exactly what else. I guess it was the great secondary too. But the Bucs, I remember that game. He had no time to do anything. I just remember that entire game. He just was constantly running for his life. So.
But what happens too is if they got that spy watching, waiting for Mahomes to run, he's got 4 or 5 weapons. He's got somewhere to go with the ball because they're just eating up a guy, just sitting there waiting for Mahomes to run.
Yeah, for sure. Jared, what's going on, man? Welcome to the show. Big Web knows that guy.
Jared,
what's going on, buddy? Yeah, let us know what your thoughts are from the50.com, from the50.com. Hit the call button if you want to jump in on the conversation. You can text in here on TikTok as well or on YouTube. Make sure you follow all our social media accounts. We'll be live every single Tuesday throughout the year, nonstop on Football Fan Line. Again, I keep saying that, like, it's one of those shows where there's a lot of football fans out there that want their fix during the offseason, too. There's a lot of things we can talk about. But for me, it's not like I'm not going to sit there and break down NFL draft. Here's round 1. Next week, it's round 2. No, like I have some fun ideas on call in and pitch me like the greatest NFL team of all time. And then somebody calls in and they pitch why the 94 Cowboys are the best or whatever. 72 Dolphins and shit like that. We could have, fun where you could build a fantasy team and we have like a Madden game where the 2 fantasy teams go at it and I do play-by-play. I don't know, stupid shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like I want it to be laid back, more fun, not like let's break down the training camp situation. Like, that's not what we're going to do. So anyway, that'll be Football Fan Line starting. We've already started it, but throughout the season, planning on Tuesday nights consistently. recently, but might change. Make sure you follow Instagram for that. Big Web, your best bet of the week was on TikTok. It's actually been getting some thumbs up. You got a lot of positive comments this week, actually.
I like that one. I think that's going to hit. I sweetened it up a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And let's just walk through this,
Let's
shall
walk
we?
through it. Walk it.
So, C-Mac to score 1 touchdown. Just one.
Mm-hmm.
Pacheco over 66.5.
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs score over 19.5 points for the game. San Francisco 49ers score over 19.5 points for the game.
So you're taking your over out of there, and you're doing it in a different way.
Yeah,
we talked about this on Tuesday.
I'm knocking it down to 39, but I'm doing it. But both teams got to get there. That's why we got like two good teams here. Zook talked about methodical offense and long drives. I'm just hoping to get enough of those to get over this 19.5 each.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went ahead and knocked the Chiefs down to +3 instead of +10.
Okay.
I'm feeling good about the Chiefs.
Okay.
So that's a 5-way. 200 pays $1,200.
Nice. I like that.
Now, adding to that,
Do you want me to read some of the comments from the post that we had? We had 18,000 people view it, or 80,000. Sorry, 80,000 people viewed your parlay. You want to hear some comments on what they had to say?
I want to hear it.
Shane says way too much going on for only +335. 190 people like that one.
The thing is about these, though, when you're trying to get to some odds, when you're playing heavy favorite bets here, you got to get 5 or 6 of them to get 3 or 4 to 1. It's just the way it works in this game.
This may be the worst bet of all time. That's from LOL.
There you go. LOL.
That's from LOL, his name is. User 1923, actually not a bad idea here, but it's more of a sweat. Why don't you just bet 700 for McCaffrey to score instead of all that?
No.
Okay.
Both are fun.
Both are not scoring 20 under is the play in the game. That's from Pat.
Pat, it can still go under, and both teams can score 20 in the game.
Jeff says a 5-leg parlay for only +345 and a lot of laughing emojis.
That's funny. At least he didn't say I was going over the fucking zero bullshit.
Let's see. Chiefs will win by 13 exactly. 67-1, he says. By 13 exactly.
Whatever. That works. Sure.
Okay.
Good luck.
User 938 says another donation.
Well, he hadn't been watching.
Have you won another one after week 2, didn't you?
In the play, I won every week in the playoffs.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, I know. I'm just letting the audience know. I wanted you to let them know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've won every week in the playoffs.
That was pretty mean by TJ. Oh, the comments are so positive.
There is a lot of good ones, but I got to read the bad ones. This is why sports bettors are broke. That's from C.
Look at this guy. This dude hasn't got one right all season, playing it super safe on the last one. Gordon, let me tell you something. We hit every week in the playoffs.
I forgot that you're an idiot.
That's all.
Yeah. I like the parlay a lot. I think the 19.5 is a really different way to do the over, where you actually open my eyes for next year on games to look at that instead. Team totals together for the odds instead of taking the over, because you can get screwed. How many times have you gotten screwed on 2, 3, 4 points on an over, and that would cover you right there.
Right.
You know?
Well, you can also take this right here, and you can knock the Chiefs down to 16.5, and you can knock the Niners down to 16.5 if you want to be a chicken puss about it, you know.
I'm sorry.
However you want to go and do it.
That's great to hear.
But Zook, I did sweeten this up to get some more odds. I added 2 here. To happen every quarter, points in every quarter.
Either team can score.
Just from any team?
Any points.
Oh, I like that.
Okay. And then each team to score 1+ touchdown in each half. So Chiefs have to score 1 in the first, 1 in the second half. And the Niners have to score a touchdown, 1 in the first, 1 in the second half.
I like that too. I could see the second one potentially giving you a problem if both of the teams just come out, or one of the two teams comes out super flat. But I like that.
Field goal battle could screw you, you know.
Yeah, like I could see like a 10-6 like halftime score, you know, like where it's like, well, they just kicked a couple of field goals and then only one team got in the end zone. But
somebody fumbles on the fucking half-yard line or whatever, and it goes to a touchback.
Zay Flowers. Yeah.
But anyway, that takes the odds. If you believe in that same 200 can get you 1,900.
The only one I think, and I would take it, but the only one that I think would be a sweat is the one about the fourth quarter scoring. Is that still in there?
I took that out.
took that out. Okay.
There was another one, Zook, that said both teams will score in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, sorry, I about fucking died there. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, read that to me again, Big Web. I'm back.
Both teams to score in the fourth quarter. Anything. Field goal, touchdown, safety.
Yeah, I like that too because regardless of who's in front, you're gonna get the team coming from behind that needs to do something.
It's not terrible.
No, I like that a lot. I'm saying that's the only, if there is any sweat, it's that one, just because of if a team just absolutely shits themselves in the fourth quarter. And when I mean somebody, I mean the Niners. Then the Chiefs, whoever's up by a lot, can just run the ball and milk the clock. But they should. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. They're going to score.
And C-Max should score a touchdown. I mean, he's done it the last every playoff game.
Yeah.
At least one.
He's done it like every game of the year.
Yeah.
No, that's true too. He had a streak, and I think in November he missed one game or something like that.
Yeah.
As far as scoring a touchdown, but yeah, I really like this guy's 200 pays 1900 if you add that. Any points in any quarter, and each team has scored a touchdown.
To the last one you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one, let's just spell it out here. Pacheco over 66.5. Chiefs +3. McCaffrey to score a touchdown. Over 19.5 for the Niners, over 19.5 for the Chiefs. Yes, there will be points in every quarter. Yes, each team will score a touchdown in each half.
So what are the full odds on that, actually, not just the money?
I can't see it. 200 pays
Bueller.
1,900, so it's like 10 to 1, 9 to 1.
Okay. Yeah, 9 to 1. That's I love that. That's good. I do like that. Send me that. I'm gonna absolutely smack that. I'm going in on that.
I want to
Send me that, bro.
Yeah, send me that, bro.
I want to tell you one other one too, and that's if you guys are concerned about you know how you said earlier, TJ, you don't know who's going to win the game.
Right.
This is +380. Yes, each team will score a touchdown in each half.
Uh-huh.
Over 19.5 for the Chiefs, over 19.5 for the Niners. Yes, points will happen in every quarter, and Pacheco over 67.5. You don't have a winner of the game there anywhere.
Yeah. And that's 380?
+380.
God, that's not enough. That's not enough. How is that only 380? That's gross. That should be like 7-something.
But you have no risk of everybody scratching their head on this football game. Who's going to win the game? You got all kinds of people swearing it's going to be the Niners. People swearing it's going to be the Chiefs. Here's a bet. You just rooting for points.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which is always the most fun thing to do anyways when you have, I'd say, oh man, arguably the two most annoying teams going at it today.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Nobody wants.
I mean,
I don't want
could
anybody
you draw
to
it
win
up
this game.
any worse if you're non-Chiefs or Niners fan?
100%.
You know who the real loser is today? Unfortunately, is the Raiders fans.
Raiders fans, you think? Oh, because yeah. I mean, for the Chiefs in
Because-
their building to win one would be tough.
Either the Chiefs are going to win a Super Bowl in their building, their division rival, or the Niners, who are another Bay Area team, are going to win a Super Bowl in their building, and the Raiders' old radio guy is going to call it, Greg Papa, for the Niners,
Yeah, it's tough.
because they ran his ass out of town. So yeah,
And he
that's-
can't afford you probably
fine.
can't afford to go to the damn game anyway in Vegas. It doesn't matter. You got to be like a celebrity to go there. I like that parlay, Big Web. That's good stuff. I'm going to read some comments here. 49ers fan, are you guys only on TikTok? We are not. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. We are on Instagram. Live show is on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, but all of our links can be found at our website, fromthe50.com. YouTube's the best experience. You see all the cameras and all of us interacting. TikTok, obviously, just me and Big Web, but yeah, that's the full broadcast, so there you go. We have some people sending in some good props here. Let's see. Sup, y'all? It's from Slime Grimes. What's up,
Hey,
Slime Grimes? How's it going, man?
I'm grind.
Jared says Pacheco 2 tutties today. What does that pay? God, that's got to be...
something.
That's it?
Yep.
These Vegas odds, man. Come on. Give us a little juice, would you? Give us a little something.
I think Jared could score twice in this game. I've seen him run.
Yeah. Kyle Juszczyk tutty. It's from Slime Grimes. I might do the Kyle Juszczyk tutty just for fun. I think that would be an electric bet, especially if it hits. Like, it'd just be like one of the happiest moments of my life as a football fan. I'll be honest with you. Like, just to see a Juszczyk touchdown cash would be great. Didn't he score in the last Super Bowl, Zook, that they played? I feel like he did.
I think he might have.
I feel like he did too.
Yeah. Somebody tell
Or
me.
at least had a couple big plays.
I thought he did. That would be
He
fun.
looked
Pacheco
he
just
looked like
plus
freaking prime Randy Moss against the Lions a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he did. he's always around, that guy. He's always around in big moments.
I love him. He's an awesome player.
He's electric.
Pacheco's just plus 500 to score twice.
Plus
That's it.
500?
Plus 500.
Okay. Real quick, Zook, where would you rank Kyle Juszczyk in your football or in your fullback rankings of all time?
Oh, all time?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Mr. Irrelevant.
he's below Mike Allstott, and he's below who's the guy for the Ravens forever? Am I thinking of the right guy?
his
I don't
name's escaping me, but
Yeah. I don't know who I'm
But
thinking
yeah.
of right now. But anyway, I think Juszczyk's in the top 3, but Mike Allstott's still number 1 for me. John Kuhn's up there, your Packers guy, John Kuhn.
yeah, John Kuhn for years and years and years. And then they brought in a guy to like replace him, and he sucked. And like 2 years later, they're like, all right, we're not gonna have a fullback
And I
anymore.
feel like that just absolutely killed the fullback position. Kyle Juszczyk's like carrying on a tradition that's like only one guy is a fullback.
they drafted this guy from like K-State or whatever to like replace him, and he just wasn't it.
I remember when Watt's brother, the third Watt brother, was supposed to be like the next big fullback, and he just I feel like he hasn't done much. But I love
Here,
a good
I gotta
fullback.
Google. No, dude, he was in the league for a while. He was with the Chargers, wasn't he?
He was with the Steelers for a bit with
Was
TJ.
it Derek Watts?
Derek Watt. Was he with the Chargers? I
Yeah,
believe you. I have
I
no
thought so.
idea. Did he ever score? How many touchdowns do you think Derek Watt had, Big Web?
Derek Watts, 7.
I'm gonna say.
I'll go 2 or 3.
I want to say 5. I'm gonna Google real quick. Derek Watt.
Oh, you know what?
TDs.
I just pulled up best fullbacks. Lorenzo Neal.
Yes.
Is that the guy you were thinking of?
Yes, Lorenzo Neal. Absolutely.
Yeah. James Devlin with the Pats
I don't know
was
who
a
that
good
guy
one.
is ever. I've never heard of him.
And then if you go way back into
Sounds like he
the
played in the
Wayback
Western.
Machine, little John Riggins action from.
Oh, there you go.
He was in
Old
Friday Night
Washington-
Lights. He played for
Washington-
Coach Taylor.
Washington Redskins.
You don't know who John Riggins is, TJ?
No,
He was
He was a
a
monster.
celeb.
I know
back in the
Tim
day.
Riggins.
He's like one of their best
Tim
players.
Riggins should have gone D1.
Tim
that guy.
Riggins. I wonder if he's loosely based off John Riggins.
Could have. They could have wrote him in.
Vontae Leach, another one.
Leach. That's a
More
Devontae
modern.
Leach is a great fullback name.
And then Chiefs Anthony Sherman. I forgot about him too.
Never heard of that man in
Christian
my life.
Okoye. MacArthur Lane.
Well, you kind of started getting guys too that like as the fullback position was dying, that just transitioned. Like they ate themselves from running back to fullback.
Yeah.
Or like as they got older, like Mike Tolbert. Like he used to be a running back, didn't he?
I thought
then
he was.
Kind of turned into a fullback.
He was the vulture. He used to like just fall into the end zone and like would take everybody's touchdowns away in fantasy. It was fantastic. He'd have 3 carries for 3 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah. We'll do a nice fullback deep dive in Football Fan Line. But Derek Watt had 2 touchdowns in his career. 2 touchdowns. Rushing. Maybe hold on. I didn't look at receiving. Oh, hold on a second. He had 3 total. 3 total touchdowns. There we go. If you needed to know about Derek
He got
Watt
more
today.
receiving than he did in rushing.
He got 1 receiving and 2 rushing. Electric
Fullback
career.
fans
Dual
getting
threat.
screwed today. Probably could have had the 2 best fullbacks in the league going at it had the Ravens won
Yeah.
with Ricard.
Would have been electric. Yeah, Ricard's another one. I forgot about him. Yeah, he's electric as well. Your thoughts on fullbacks? We'll talk about them more next show from the50.com. Let's see. Uzi says cry more. I don't know who he's talking to there. Let's see. Noah Gray touchdown. It's from Rob.
There's a lot of love for Noah Gray. A lot of people like
A lot of love for Noah
He
Gray.
hasn't done much. He kind of just pops up every once
I
in a while.
think they liked his odds. That's what they like.
Yeah. Let's see. Do the ultimate juice parlay. Touchdown, 1 reception, and over 4.5 yards.
Who?
I have no idea who he's talking about. Juice check. I guess that means.
Okay.
So
That's
use check touchdown, 1 reception, and over 4.5 yards. If he gets a 5-yard touchdown reception,
it.
you catch the parlay.
Got it all.
Love it.
I kind of like that. I might do it. $5. Why not? That'd be a blast.
What's y'all's Twitch? It says.
From the50.com, all of our links are there. So from the50.com, Twitch, YouTube, everything, all the links are there. Click on it, takes you right there. It's the easiest way to do it. What do you guys think for a best bet anytime touchdown? It's from Tactical.
We like Pacheco.
Yeah.
We like
it's so
Kelsey.
tough. I'm trying to think of somebody like Zook said, somebody that's kind of like higher odds. That's like
Rice.
Rashee Rice is not a bad play. I'm trying to think of more Niners. Like Kittle's probably like low 300s, I'm going to guess. something like that.
I feel like Kittle would be like probably a pretty high odds. It's just not outrageous. You know what I mean?
like something that gives you a little something more than
Right,
obviously
like
a
pretty good
McCaffrey.
odds, but you could easily see him scoring. Like he's a stud.
Yeah, I like that. I like Kittle today.
Ayuk?
Ayuk's a good. It's to me. I just don't have a good feel
Any
on
one of them,
touchdowns
man.
today. Yeah.
Any one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of Kelsey, the running backs,
Wait,
Good luck.
Isn't the odds
be any
on
of 'em.
Purdy scoring pretty good?
I'm sure.
if
I
you
mean,
if you took
he ran a
Purdy,
ton against the Lions in the second half, but he didn't get in the end zone. But yeah, it's not bad.
His over-under on rushing is only 12.5 yards.
I hate quarterbacks that don't usually run though and betting their rushing yards, except if it's Jared Goff over half a yard. That fucking gazelle will get a full yard every single time. That dude is an absolute stud. God, when he gets going, look out. I get so nervous when he starts running the footballs. Look, I just look and I go, "This is so ugly. Just get down."
But doesn't it correlate if he's getting rushed, he'll run more? If he's going to step up in the pocket and run?
If McCaffrey is not a factor, he'll do dump offs to McCaffrey all day. So that's the other thing. I mean, if there's gonna be a lot of pressure from Kansas City, maybe McCaffrey receptions is not a bad play today. I wonder what that's going to be at.
or your juice check.
Or use check, yeah. God, he might be like over a half or one reception or 1.5 receptions. Yeah. Look up use check. Look up CMAC receptions. I would love to take. I'm just gonna go use check parlay and just see what happens. and
Use
just,
check all day.
Just take use check everything.
everything. Use check. Use check 2 touchdowns. You imagine?
Then if it doesn't hit, you can just blame like these people nowadays don't use the fullback.
They don't appreciate a good fullback in the NFL
Yeah.
anymore. What the hell?
The NFL's gone soft.
These guys are still yapping. It's from User641. You can keep going, man. There's plenty of things to watch on TikTok. Bayman, how
This is
many?
the guy that didn't like that we said fuck.
I think so. Yeah, we've been doing it for 5 years, but whatever. We're getting canceled on the internet again. How many field goals do you
Happens.
think will be made in the game? It's from Bayman. How many field goals between Butka and Moody?
Ooh. Well, is it always the standard? What it's set at during the year is over 3.5, over under 3.5.
I thought it was 2.5
Is that-
in this game. For
If it's
each.
2.5,
2.5
then
total, or for each?
That
I gotta look.
If it's
at
2.5
it.
that could be a
total,
fun sweat if it's 2.5.
2.5 total would be absolute. I'd lock in on that too.
I'm still working on receptions over here. Hold on.
All right.
The thing is, they've got to be made field goals too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh
if
no,
they
I know.
attempt it-
Isn't Jake Moody like not great too? He's had some tough.
He's had some ups and downs. Yeah.
Butker had some tough go during the season. Then I picked him up on waivers. Was an absolute beast. Scored 16 points in a week. Gotta love that.
Kyle
he's
Juszczyk over a half reception.
Nailing that. I'm in.
McCaffrey over 4.5.
Okay, I like that. What is Juszczyk receiving yards
Juszczyk receiving
and
yards.
anytime touchdown and 2 touchdowns?
It's got to be like 5 or 6.
I'm so locked the fuck in on Kyle Juszczyk today. It's a problem. It's a real problem.
It's probably-
I'm gonna win $100
never know what you're
on.
gonna
I'm gonna win
get.
$100 on heads, and then all of a sudden, all my money's going back to Kyle Juszczyk props. I love it. This is a great day.
Can you live bet that sort of thing too? Like if he doesn't have any catches at halftime, can you like just
think you
hammer
can.
it for better odds?
They bring it down to 0.25.
Oh my God, Kyle Juszczyk alternate receiving yards, 25 yards is plus 500.
It should be way higher than that. What are we doing?
That's just alternate. Let's see if I can find his regular.
Oh, this is exciting.
25 is the alt line.
That's crazy. Like, what's this guy gonna go out on? Like some little slant patterns here and there?
Over 3.5 yards,
What did he
that's
have
it.
in the line?
minus 140.
Oh, I'm in. I'm gonna parlay 1 reception over 3.5, and I might do a tutty as what's his anytime touchdown? I'm curious.
Well, let me check for you.
This is
Let's
great.
see.
What's his rushing yards? God, I'm locked in. Kyle Juszczyk. Let's fucking go. I might buy a Juszczyk jersey.
Kyle Juszczyk.
It's a problem. I get locked in on something that could be more fun for like content and not like what could actually win me money. It's a
Hey,
problem.
He's check at
Time.
33 yards against the Lions,
Receiving?
Plus
Yeah.
750 anytime.
That's
and then he had a 1 carry for 3 yards. Classic fullback.
God. I'm going Kyle Juszczyk anytime touchdown. I'm gonna parlay those 3. What is that? 750, 1 reception, and over 3.5 yards. Parlaying. I bet it's like 1,500.
Hold on. Let me
Putting
work on
$10
this
to
one.
pay a 150. That'd be beautiful. This is great.
What do you
God,
want?
I'm excited.
Receptions?
I want him with receptions. So it should be 1, 3.5 yards receiving, and an anytime touchdown parlay together. It's exciting stuff. You guys want to give us your fullback parlays? Text in here from the50.com. Get involved in the conversation. While Big Web's doing that, I'll go ahead and read you my SGP I put on Instagram, see what you guys think. It's 4-legger plus 457. I got the over 47.5 in the game. It's the Super Bowl. I feel like these teams are just going to go back and forth. Like, I don't care what happens in the first half. I just feel like these games always end up close and high scoring. So that's the only reason. So I'm taking over 47.5. I got Pacheco over 67.5 rushing. I got Chiefs first. This is my big one. Chiefs first half money line. So I got to win the first half. And I got Chiefs over 10.5 first half points. So team total over 10.5. So I'm banking on them taking over in the first half. I think they're going to score 14 for sure. I'd hope that's the plan, and then they can shut down the Niners enough where they can get the win in the first half, and then it's all about the over at that point. So plus 457, probably put at least 3 or 4 units on that one and see what happens. My units are only like $25, just so you know. I'm not putting like $400 on this, but I might put a honey spot on it. I've been up the last few weeks, and it's a Super Bowl. You got to lock in. All I bet on after this is spring training baseball. I'm out, you know.
This
So
is it, man. This is the cream of the crop.
the cream of the
baby.
crop. You go for it today. Let's see. Mahomes and Purdy over 250 each is plus money, and for sure it's over 47.5. That's from Will It Hit. Mahomes and
Will
Purdy.
it hit?
That's not bad either. Mahomes and Purdy both over 250 is kind of fun. Wait, each is plus money? How is that possible? Mahomes and Purdy over 250 each. Oh, saying they both have to do it. It's plus money. Big Web, that might be a nice play there too.
Which one?
I mean, it's tough when we're rooting for Pacheco yards and passing, but Mahomes and Purdy to both throw for 250 is plus money. They both have to do it, but
Yeah, I like Purdy a little short of that. Maybe even Patrick a little short of that.
okay. Let's see. Such a cool setup. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Moneyline first half. Kansas will win the match. Trust me.
Kansas will win the match. Sounds like a tennis team.
I thought it was like, what are we talking about here? Hold on. Oh, moneyline first half SF. Kansas will win the match. Trust me. Okay.
So he likes Frisco to be at the lead.
And he
at
likes the
halftime.
Jayhawks tonight in college basketball.
That's what it is.
That's what we got. Beautiful. So I like that. And then I'm going to take Kyle Juszczyk parlay.
Here's your use check.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown over 3.5 receiving yards.
Yes.
Over a half a reception. Plus 850.
Feed it to me. I'm in.
There you go.
I'm so in on that. This is
Winner, winner,
beautiful.
chicken dinner.
You know what's going to happen? He's going to run one in, and he's not going to get any receptions, like, at all. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm here
Well,
for
you
it.
should at least hit the anytime, right?
Well, I'm saying parlay them all together.
Oh.
But I think wait, it's only 850,
850.
and the touchdown 750.
Touchdown's like 750.
I'm taking the touchdown. Fuck it. I am not losing that on that bullshit. That's not happening. Absolutely not.
I hear you. No, that's the biggest deal of the whole thing. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get to that. I'll just confirm it with you, just so we got it right.
All right. As we kind of wrap this one up, everybody, thank you for tuning in all season. Let's say that.
750.
Really awesome show. No shock Nick's not here. He wasn't here in the first show. He's not here in the last one.
Bookends, no.
Guy's a little busy and hungover, I'm sure. But no, we appreciate it. It's been an awesome year. The only downside, we lost Holly this year with, he was busy with work and was having to leave the show, but we hope to have him back at some point. There's a possibility maybe down the road, but I know he's still part of it. I know he listens every week. But besides that, everything's been great this season. I feel like we grew our audience for sure.
Absolutely.
A lot of involvement, on TikTok, on all the platforms. I've really been able to kind of just get a base set of fans that have been here for years and some that just started this year. And I know I speak on behalf of everybody. I believe that we never expected it to be at this level ever. And it's kind of fun where we feel like we can do even more. So it's super fun. Adding Zook to the mix, 4 or 5 years ago was a huge asset. And me and Nick have been doing podcasts for a while. Big Web and I have been doing something like this for a while. And then adding Tolly 3 years ago or whatever, it's been electric. So we can't thank you enough. And again, I want to remind everybody, we're not done after this week. Football Fan Line is going to be the main show going forward during the week. So I'm going to be hosting that mainly. It'll give you your football fix, and we got some fun ideas with football fan trivia, like a trivia contest, like a league basically, just all NFL trivia. Should be a lot of fun. Going to talk to some other people about probably hosting. I'm not going to do it because I don't know enough about it. Hosting a college football show on Saturdays on our platform. That's the plan. I got a couple prospects I'm looking at and talking to, so we'll see how that works. But we're going to continue to build this thing. So, again, this is it for the Sunday show, but the football fan line will be on all year long, and we'll be having a lot of fun and putting out a lot of cool videos, and you'll see all the guys popping up. But as far as all of us together on Sundays, this is the last show of the year. We lost Zook. I think his internet went out.
Froze up there a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if he'll be able to join back. But Big Web, your thoughts on the year and going forward?
TJ, I appreciate it. It's been so much fun. I look forward to it every week. Enjoyable. We've come a long way with this thing, and it's going even further, and I love it. Having a great time. Thanks to all the listeners. Thanks to Zook for joining today with not feeling good. He was a trooper. Kiss my ass, Nick. Where were you? And we miss you, Tolly. Keep it going, boys. So much fun.
And then shout out real quick to our sponsor, great sponsor of the show. It's also a sponsor of Football Fan Line. The Sharps app, social network for sports bettors. Again, what's good about it is once football season's over today, you can still bet, and connect all your sports books and do, MLB bets, NBA, NHL, NCAA basketball, March Madness coming up in a month. Make sure you join the Sharps app. It's Sharps with a Z, the Better Social Network. It's a social media platform for sports bettors. You can connect your sports books, all major sports books, including DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, ESPN Bet, etc. They bring in all your bet slips. You can share them and comment along with everybody else. Have fun, post memes, give each other shit, like and dislike, whatever you want to do. And the best part is, if you want to track your record, it shows your record on it, percentage of wins, all that good stuff. It's an awesome app. We are just really excited to be partnered with the Sharps app. It's Sharps with a Z, the Better Social Network. You can join today by going to fromthe50.com. It's fromthe50.com. Click the button that says Join TJ Weber, join Weber Bets on Sharps. Download the app, sign up, connect your sportsbook, and start interacting with us every NFL Sunday, college football Saturday, and everything in between. That's the Sharps app, the Better Social Network. All right, guys, thanks so much. Again, we gave our bets out. Make sure you follow and check out Weber Bets on Instagram and see if we're going heads or tails, baby. We're putting 100 on it, so if you want a tail, go for it. It's a total guess. It's the way that bet works, but it's going to be fun, and hopefully we can hit something. So, yeah.
Bet the doghouse. Bet the doghouse and the foundation of the doghouse. Just dig it up out of the fucking ground.
Get rid of the doghouse.
Go for it. Put it on the line.
The doghouse is gone after today. All right, guys, that'll do it. We'll see you on Tuesday for Football Fan Line, but this is the Sunday show signing off for the 2023-24 season for the great Nick Tolley, for Nick Yale, for Zach Zook, for Big Web. I'm TJ Weber saying so long. See you guys next season. Take it easy.